Hey, what's up, guys? Dylan Johnson from Soccermag here, and welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm going to be doing something a bit different. I'm just going to be doing a small preview for the 2025 Club World Cup, which kicks off at the time of filming next weekend. Um, and it's quite a controversial one. I think a lot of people, there's not a lot of hype for this tournament, despite the fact it being one of the most lucrative football tournaments in history. FIFA have pushed a lot to try and incentivize teams to send their best players because obviously it's the end of the season, and issues with contracts expiring. The tournament the tournament basically starts when players' contracts start expiring. So there's a lot of drama with a new transfer window being introduced just for a week before the tournament, so that players can get new signings in to refresh their squads, uh, make sure that players that are leaving leave, bring sign new contracts, etc. Basically, if you don't know, I'll do a bit of a rundown. The previous Club World Cup, which also, when you think of a Club World Cup, this new setup is a lot closer than to what you would imagine. The previous one, which was up until I think last year, only had 7 teams. It was one team from each continent, and in order to qualify, you had to win that respective Champions League. So an African team would have to win the CAF Champions League, the winner of the UEFA Champions League, the winner of the Asia Champions League, etc. And then there would be a seventh team, which would be the host nation. So, for example, the one I remember is when Liverpool won in 2019. That was in Qatar, so there was a Qatari team um, involved in the competition alongside Liverpool and the rest of the winners from each continent. That doesn't seem like a Club World Cup. You don't expect 7 teams, and that was, I think, over 10 days, 7 games. Play everyone, get to a final, etc., etc. And the prize money was a lot lower, so it was a lot less prestigious. Teams didn't really care about it as much. It was kind of a throwaway competition without disrespecting it. The new one is 32 teams. It takes place for a month. It's a lot closer to an actual World Cup when you think of it. Multiple teams from around the world. Uh, how it's split up is it's dependent on the organization rankings. So there's 12 teams from UEFA, and how it worked, it's a bit complicated, or it seems complicated when you read it out. From 2021 until 2024, it was the winner of the Champions League, and then the next 9 were their club ranking over that period. So it was ranked on their matches won, the amount of points they gained. So you'd think, like, why would a team like Liverpool not be in it because they just won the Premier League? Basically, them not qualifying for the Champions League reduced their ranking a lot. So that's why they didn't qualify. You'd think Chelsea haven't been great over the past 3 years. How did they qualify? Well, they won the Champions League in 2021, and that's how far back the qualification goes. So 12 teams from UEFA, including Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, Chelsea, Man City. Then there is 6 teams from South America. That is the second highest ranking organization, so they got the second most teams. Then Africa gets 4 teams, Asia gets 4 teams, and North America gets 4 teams. Then Oceania, which is, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, etc., that gets 1 team. And the interesting thing about this as well, it's being hosted in America. And another reason why a lot of teams and players are a bit feeling not that interested in it, because obviously you're doing a post season after an intense 2, 3 years. I mean, there's been no breaks for players, international tournaments almost non-stop. In the off season, there is no off season anymore. And now to go play in America, which has, playing in Los Angeles and then having to play in New York is massive time jump. So it's very difficult, logistics wise, to prepare for those types of games. But getting into the big part of it, the money. So again, different ranked teams got different amounts of money for participating. So if you are the highest ranking European team, so say like a Real Madrid, you would be getting up to $30 million just for participating in the competition. Then it goes down. So African teams will get $10 million for participating, all the way down to the Oceania teams, which I think, or the single team, which I think gets $4 or $5 million. So that's just for playing in the one game in the competition. It's $2 million for every win in the group stage. It's $1 million for every draw. Then qualifying for the round of 16, which could you only need 3 draws potentially, but is just under $8 million. The runner up gets 30 and the winner gets 40 million. And there's a max limit that no team can win more than $125 million. But thinking about that, imagine, Real Madrid. for playing 7 games potentially, $125 million for winning the competition. Same for Man City, same for Chelsea. This is it's a game changer when it comes to transfers and all these things. $125 million for less than a month of games is insane. That's an entire season's prize money. So it is the most lucrative competition in the history of football. I think the total prize pool is $1 billion across all the teams. And despite the lack of interest, I'm pretty sure they're still trying to sell tickets for games. There's no doubt that the bigger teams are going to be putting a lot of resources towards this. Now, from a South African perspective, Mamelodi Sundowns are representing South Africa. They qualified via their CAF ranking, which is basically, I think it was Al Ahly won the CAF Champions League multiple times in that period. So they took up 2 slots, which means they go to the next highest ranking average team over the period, and Sundowns, that's how they qualified. Just to put it into perspective, just for qualifying for this tournament, Sundowns have made over 200 million rand, or close to 200 million rand, which is insane. If they make it to the round of 16 with 2 wins and 1 draw, or 2 wins and 1 loss, they would have made probably, 350, close to 400 million rand after 4 or 5 games, 4 games, essentially 3 games. So this is massive for them. It's massive for South African football because obviously already they're probably, they're the richest club in South Africa, and they're going to get another massive advantage. But I guess you could say it's on the rest of the teams to compete. But it is interesting to see how that, massive financial gain will benefit them. So the first game is the 14th of June in Miami, Inter Miami versus Al Ahly from Egypt. And this has been a bit of a controversial inclusion because the host nation is always guaranteed a spot at these Club World Cups historically. So there is no merit involved when selecting the team. It's the host nation. But it's historically been the best team, so like the league winner in that host nation. Um, Unless they already have a team qualified. So this Inter Miami are one of 3 American teams that have qualified for the competition, but Inter Miami, performance-wise, didn't deserve, allegedly, to get the spot. LA Galaxy are the MLS champions at the time of Inter Miami's qualification, so there was a lot of pushback saying, why are Inter Miami getting included in this competition? Is it purely a PR stunt because they need Messi to sell tickets? They need Messi to sell broadcasting rights. Um, so there has been a lot of controversy around that. Obviously, as well, Ronaldo's Al Nassr didn't qualify for the competition. Al Hilal is the Saudi Arabian team that is participating. So I think from FIFA's perspective, they needed one of the 2 heavyweights. Can I understand it? I don't really, to be honest, I don't really mind. I want to watch Messi play. I think it'll be cool to see Messi play against a lot of, imagine Messi versus Real Madrid again. That would be really cool to watch. But, I don't, to be 100% honest, I don't really have a much passion towards this competition. I think similar to the new structure of the UEFA Champions League, skeptical to see what happens. More games. The last thing I think we need is more games. I think we need less games. Players are breaking left, right, and center, more injuries than ever. So this is just a money grab for FIFA. But if it goes well, it could be an exciting addition to the calendar. I just don't know how it's going to work long term with injuries. I think we're still seeing a knock on effect from the change of date for the 2022 World Cup, how that has affected players since then. So after Inter Miami kick things off, Mamelodi Sundowns face Ulsan HD from Korea on the 17th of June. In their group, they have Borussia Dortmund, Fluminense, and Ulsan. So I think it'll be an interesting group. I think Sundowns should really target this competition after they lost the Champions League final. I think the prospect of them potentially returning to South Africa with 400 million rand is insane. Um, but yeah, that's everything we have for now. We're going to be doing another video later on, closer to the time, going into more detail on Sundowns, on some of the other teams in the competition after some transfers have been made. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, etc. Let me know what you think about the Club World Cup. Is it a waste of time? Is it worth it? Are you excited? Thanks, guys.